My name is Diana Lamock, and I'm a certified teacher in the content area of social studies for grades 7th through 12th. What makes me a great social studies teacher and what excites me about the content are two things. The first, what makes me a great social studies teacher, is the fact that I can combine contemporary teaching with traditional teaching. What do I mean by contemporary? I'm talking about the use of how students learn today. And today, technology is largely utilized in the classrooms. Smart boards, for example, laptops maybe, and other devices that are useful. I say contemporary because we as educators have to adapt to how students are learning. So it also helps us to gain insight into reflecting on our own craft as an educator. Every day as an educator, you are learning, you are growing, you are becoming better. But at the same time, students are learning differently. And with every generation that's in school, there's new and more developed ways that are coming onto the surface for how students are learning. The second is traditional learning. I value that of my predecessors because you can't go wrong with explicit teaching, group discussions, lectures. So those are two things that I feel I can combine in the subject area of history, which students will definitely benefit from. The content area of history is something that's so essential to students because they must understand how the past affects the present and how it may be something that decides on things that are decided upon when it comes to, for example, politics. Why are certain things decided upon the way that they are? Does that include the fact that in the past predecessors may have decided on that? It might have worked for them, and so currently in politics you may have people that are using what their predecessors have used when it comes to that. I would like to be a part of the Select Early Hire program because students definitely deserve to have that academic growth, have that safe classroom to learn in, and they definitely deserve to gain a quality education that allows them to become independent thinkers. And also it builds character. They're building their character in the classroom, which is something that is beneficial not for just teachers, but most definitely for students. My experience in teaching underserved schools is with the example of me working for a nonprofit organization as a teen advisor. Also, my student teaching experience helped me to gather insight into what it's like when you're teaching students that are struggling, students that want a quality education, but however they need that help. My role would be in creating a positive learning environment, connecting to the school community, is having that open dialogue. When students are struggling, it is very important to have parents, the school, and the student work together. Parents especially, parent involvement is especially something that is needed. Parents are the number one informational guides or sources that we can use as educators to learn how students learn, how they take direction, what may be the best possible way for them to gain a quality education. And I feel like the dialogue between all three, the school, parents, and students, would be something that is essential. And one thing that I recommend as someone who is developing as an educator or who is an educator is flexibility. What I plan to do as an educator is make myself available to students, be flexible when it comes to timing. Students may need help at any given moment, and teachers must be there for students. Teachers must provide that time so students can be able to catch up on whatever it is that they need to when it comes to their work, and also if there's something that's misunderstood. So thank you. My name is Diana Lamock. It was a pleasure.